I'm already live.
I know. I'm highly pissed that you didn't text me.
Oh, I didn't know you were home. I'm getting on really late. It's not even going to be that long of a stream for me. I got to get up and do who's chatting? God damn. Already?
Right. Just started.
Thanks. Anyways, how is everybody today? Cigarette one now. Nice. How are you, Dustin?
I'm alright.
Oh.
I learned today.
I got it. I got it back. I got it back. I got it back. I got it back. Got it back today.
Oh, nice. Grayson got a pack. Grayson got a.
No, I got it back.
Okay.
David had my box. And then David gave me this one because he has an extra one.
Grayson got a box today. That's awesome. Grayson got a box today.
And then I found.
He didn't get any Garys.
I caught this last night. I know I saved.
He didn't get any Garys, but he did get a Reshiram EX.
David had just got a $250 card. It's a Charizard from the 151 set.
That was actually the pack those were the packs he was opening. He got the Zapdos box with the 151 set.
That's what David got too.
From Scarlet and Violet.
My mom got it for him yesterday.
Hey
David!
We went
Come here for a second.
We went to this retro store and he saw the big Zapdos card and he was like,
"Can you bring your binder in here as it is right now?" I don't see it. Make sure it's closed. The rings. Fuck that spider. It ain't gonna hurt you. No shit. Just my boot right there.
Big boy.
So this is David. That fucked. This is David's binder. Ugh. Do you see? Hard to see because you can't. There's a glare.
So I
Dustin.
Rainbow rare Charizard to put in front of that Charizard.
Dustin. Foils. 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 Foil.
It's a pricey boy.
Foil.
It's a pricey boy.
Foils. Foil. Foils. Go grab one of those stacks of foils. Take that. And that's like not even half the foils. And I didn't even get through all the foils in the binder.
Yeah, the binder goes on for another.
That's not even half the foils in the binder. Go get the stack of. Go get one of the. Stack them all up together. No, stack them all up together. All the stacks. Stack them together. And bring them here. I don't know what you did with them. I'll be right back. Put all those away. we were going through his cards. A lot of them he just has in boxes, right? Dustin.
I'm listening. Oh shit.
That's just
Yeah, we don't
that's
buy
one stack.
that much.
Well, my mom buys them for him all the time
Yeah, we don't buy.
because she does them. That's what she does for work. She's a vendor for Walmart. She does vending work for Walmart that does
Oh,
cards.
well, that's awesome.
If he does have extras, so if Grayson wants some, I'm sure David would be willing to part with them, depending upon what they are. If they're not worth a shit ton of money.
He does. Grayson does not care.
Oh god. And he has the old man foil from Bleach. Dustin.
Oh, nice.
Problem. That's dope.
What is it?
Dustin.
And he has 2 sets of Halloween packs he never opened. He just pulled this one out.
Dustnor.
It is a foil, it's just hard to see. Yeah.
I have some crazy luck.
Nice.
Got 2. You got
I
2.
didn't know
How many
that-
packs do you have?
I am a little
Yeah.
upset now that
Aces?
because
Yeah, but how
Yeah,
much
we're
is
like-
that roughly? Yes.
I'm a little
One-
upset now because
Packs?
we were like, nah, we're not gonna get the.
He's got like 60 packs he still has to open for the Halloween one.
I'm a little upset now because we were like, nah, we're not gonna get a Halloween pack
Easy.
this year because it's probably the same dumb cards from last year. And he's got like 30 of them because we bought a box last year and he got the entire set.
And look what I found, because I gave David my Dragon Ball Z cards, and I said any Vegetas he has to give back to me. Right? Look what I have.
Majin, nice.
Majin Vegeta.
What's up, Connor?
Hey, Connor. The open foil.
Oh, nice.
And it's a score card. So this is like the original set.
Nice. I still have all the cards.
So do I. David has to go through them. I gave them to him because he wanted them. I was like, I don't want these. But any Vegetas you have to give to me. That's what I told him. Any Vegetas you have to give to me.
I think I have the regular Majin, obviously not the open, not the.
I also have-
open.
I have all 4 of these. But I have...
Or no, I might have given you all the Vegetas in return for all the Gokus, because I think you
Probably.
had like a full. I think you had like a full set of Gokus, and I had like all the Vegetas, and you were like, "Let's trade all of them."
Yeah. So this is one of the newer card sets. So is this one. I have all 3 of them, or all 4 of them. That's pretty sick. Give me
That
that.
is sick. It's a Halloween Hollow freaking
My son just opened this one.
sick.
Halloween Hollow Pikachu. That's sick. What's up, Connor?
Yeah.
And then I have another scorecard here.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. Baby.
I think I have all of these too. We just got to dig through it. But I'm glad I got. So David's and my box got mixed up because my mom put it in his room, and then he went through them and forgot that it was like a year later or something. So I got my Gyarados XE back, shiny Gyarados XE. I'm glad I got that back, and I got a new one from him because I wanted a regular one too. I want the original one, David. I want the original Gyarados. Fine, look at how much it is. yeah, Toy Wiz is pretty good at that. I want the original base set. Where is it? Alright. I gotta scroll all the way down. Give me 1 second. I want base set. David! That's a heavily played one. See.
Right.
I can get one for like $6, but it's heavily played. It's heavily played.
Oh, you're looking.
Well, no, the original Gyarados.
Oh no, I'm saying you're looking at.
No, I went to Toy Wiz, Doc. That's a Toy Wiz.
Where's it? I'll check.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they did a Tops run. I forgot about. Oh, they still have whole packs?
Yeah, people got mint condition like. Very store.
They have packs that are like graded.
I know. I meant Toy Wiz themselves had it.
So wow.
I was like, what? Like, I understand people have them.
Right.
Alright. The original. Alright, well. I'll give you your peek back. I won't. Yeah. No, because I think I just Brizzy and I just killed it. Yeah, he got a bunch of the trick or trades. He got 2 sets. He got the set from one, like a case from last year and this year, and he hasn't opened all. He also has. He opened one, but he also has the Mew Worlds deck. He's got 2. He's got one that he opened and one that he has sealed.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm just glad I got my shiny Gary back. That's all I really cared about. That's all I really cared about. But I didn't. Then when I was going through his Pokemon cards, some of his DBZ cards were mixed in my old one. So. But yeah, I like my shiny Gary. I'm gonna get one of those like I'm gonna find there's a shiny Magikarp card. I don't know if it's holographic or not. I wouldn't mind buying a holo. Dude. It's so much money.
What?
What set is that from? It is $100. It's almost $200
What?
for ungraded. I found one for $150. First edition? I want it. What set is that from? It's a secret rare too. It's not like a regular rare card.
What are you even talking about?
What? Me?
Yes. Like I
Oh,
understand
you don't remember?
I understand you're talking about a card, but I don't know what card you're looking at. Or what set?
Shiny Magikarp.
Or
That I don't know either. I'm looking at the set. I think it's Neo Revelations. Yeah, it's Neo Revelations. Yeah, 66 out of 64 is the shiny Magikarp, and there's a Shining. It's called Shining, not Shiny. The Gyarados is $300 from that same set, and it's the other secret card of that set. So, I don't know if they still do it, but Pokemon, for a few sets, they had secret cards.
Right.
And what it was it was like an unofficial card they, I think, put out, even though they wanted to, but they decided not to, I guess, like officially. So it's card like 66 out of 64. Or 65 out of 64 for the Magikarp and the Gyarados. But the first editions are... I didn't see how much that was graded or not.
He did pull a Starmie Evo line with a reverse hollow Starmie. And...
Don't die.
What was the other line he pulled?
You died.
What the other Evo line was that he pulled.
But yeah. So now we have every single... I wouldn't mind getting every hollow Gyarados that exists and putting them on in a plastic plexiglass card holder, like hard. I wonder how much a first edition first set Gyarados is. Oh, let me look that up. I don't want to see the price chart. I want to see how much it costs.
How many?
Dude! Guess the price of a first edition base set Gyarados.
How many evolutions are there now?
Hold on, stop. Before you come over here, don't look. Did you got a spider? Okay. How much do you think a first edition base set Gyarados is? First edition base set Gyarados? 130. Do you think so? Try 825.
That was from the same pack.
That's crazy. M1's a
Full
4.
Full art Mr. Mime and a King EX.
This is what David just opened. Full art. A holographic Mr. Mime. I know it's kind of hard to see.
I got the card for.
And then a holographic EX Kangaskong. What set is this? This is the 151 set? They're both 151 set.
I'm loving these cards. They're so.
They do look good. I like the full art Mr. Mime.
Yeah, not to mention the full art Charizard. That was so. All the full
Yeah,
art
bring that here.
Charizard. Yeah, that's 151. That's crazy. That's the card everyone's going for. That.
Yeah, because of how fucking good it is.
Yeah, that's the.
Probably why the base Gyarados, because the base Gyarados is really good too. It has Dragon Rage for 50 damage. Remember, back then I think the highest was like 130 HP. And then Bubble Beam for 40 damage. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. And it does 40 damage. That's a cool. So this is the
what do I gotta do
$250 card David just pulled. Full art Charizard from the 151 set. 330 HP. Brave Wing, which does 60 plus. If it has any damage counters on it, does 100 more damage.
That's the card.
An Explosive Vortex. Discard 3 energies from this, but it does 330 damage. Dude. That's so fucked. This is a secret card. No, this is a secret card. Read the card number at the bottom.
That's why it's worth so much.
Oh, it is. They have a.
The Gyarados, the first edition, the first run of Shiny Gyarados, the Shiny Magic card, they're like 302, 180. They were secret cards too.
The only rare ones besides this are there's a 4 Venus passed away. Rare cards and there's gold. This is what everyone's going for.
That's actually a good card to play.
I got 4 151 packs and I'm in card everyone.
Oh, I should have put.
Just show on that. Just got you those. For her.
That's pretty cool.
She wasn't asleep like when I went downstairs. She might be asleep now, but
Is that a
yeah,
just
crazy.
rolling around? God, it's so weird.
Don't get too close. They'll blow up.
Then how do you catch them?
So you can run up to them real fast, but no, like if you stand near one close enough, it'll blow up. You don't run, well, yeah, you want to catch it,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't have one.
but it's funny when it explodes. I don't think it goes away. I think it just self-destructs, and then it's like dark, like ash colored. Like I got blown up colored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it might not be catchable.
That I don't know. I saw it happen one time. I was like, why the fuck did you just do that? I'm not even close to you. I was actually kind of far away. I was like, what just happened?
What is that?
Yeah. Try and get him to do it. Like, just stand there. And there it is. Oh, it disappears. That's right. That's funny. Me. Fucking dumbass Pokemon.
The Dragon Terror Raid.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm gonna go find out. Wait, no.
It's a fairy type with a Dragon Terror Raid.
That's so. I don't even.
Well, it will be a fairy type. I think it's psychic at the beginning.
I can't even. That hurts my brain.
That's virtually an invincible Pokemon.
I mean, that's where I was going. The whole point of coming up here and going to this place is to go after the Steel Titan.
It's Orthworm. I hate that Pokemon. I don't think it. I think it just they could have done a lot better with it.
That sounds like a giant earthworm.
It is, but it's just really not fun. I don't know how else to say it besides that.
I'm assuming it's down there.
Yeah.
It looks like it's down there. Hey, it's that race car Pokemon.
It's a small one, yeah. Unevolved one. Evolves into the car.
The room. Don't make me hit you.
If you need to teach me your Pokemon Fury swipes.
Why?
No. I don't know why that didn't save last night. That's weird. I definitely saved it.
Get caught, Haru.
Wait a second.
Steel poison type.
Oh. All right, which should I go for? The ground or the steel swords of justice?
I don't know.
Answer does.
I said I don't know.
Huh?
The sword.
Ground or steel?
Oh. Steel.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
I get new berries. Already got those berries before.
Here we go. Now we're cooking with fire.
I know walk.
It's a steel type.
Cabalion?
No, the type.
Yeah, he's stealing ground.
Wait, does that make fire ineffective or less effective?
It'll be not. I don't know. Question. I don't remember. It's been a while, Dustin.
Because I know steel, usually fire, is super effective.
It might just be less effective. It might just be regular effectiveness. I don't really know, though. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. Use waterfall, I guess. Gary's a G. My best buddies. My face is. I didn't need a shower.
I'm gonna put it in Gary's hands.
I just run. The centipede. It should be really easy. I don't know why. I just don't like his design. I just don't like it. I have no real reason besides I just don't. Did you catch a Wooper and a Clodsire yet?
No.
No, maybe, yes.
No.
It's in like one of the south areas. I forget which one it is. If you give me the map, I can show you. But I'm gonna fight everything now. It takes a minute for a Clodsire to pop up, but go find both. And they're the Paldean Wooper. The Pooper is kind of brown.
Well, I hit him with a critical.
Cool.
But
yeah, I'm so glad I have my card back. I love this card. It's sick. Tiny Gary. Yeah. I know it's a really not rare card. Like it is a rare, but it's it came in a box, a promo box, for X and Y. A tin, actually. I had the tin. I use it for like store stupid little shit in it, like nail clippers and stuff. I bought it to show Dave. I bought that in the starter deck to show David how to play. Not a starter deck, a box set. The nice box sets. It was the Reshiram and Charizard one. Forget what set that's from. He has the rest of it. I just gave him the rest. I was like, well, you know how to play now, so. It was like we played for like every weekend. We played at least like 5 to 10 games. So you learn like a day. So like Thursday we played 5 to 10. Friday we played 5 to 10. Saturday and Sunday we play 5 to 10. So he learned. He wanted to kind of learn, but he's like, I don't know if anyone's gonna play with me though, because I don't know anyone who actually plays. I was like, I can always go take you to a card store, whatever. Doesn't even exist anymore. Where the Cobalion feet? I haven't seen footprint. Got a cup. I know where a bunch are, but
good job, Skelly Dirge.
Kelly Dirge do.
Beat one hit the Titan.
I would love to have my first. I would love to have my first edition. I would love to have a first edition base set Gyarados again. $800 though. Maybe if I won the lottery, but like,
Right.
or something. But like, if I had millions of dollars, yes, I would buy one. But $800 fucking dollars, dude. It'd be worth it though, especially if it's graded high. I didn't even have to be a 10, just high. High enough. 8 or higher. It would stay sealed too, like. I think we're gonna get some of David's cards graded too.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon Scarlet.
His older ones. Huh?
I'm pretty sure the game froze.
Yeah, free. Yeah, they freeze sometimes.
Like I can go back home.
Yeah, game froze.
I can't actually do anything with. Well, that's a bite. I didn't even get a chance to save.
Oh well. Happens. That's all I can say because I have that shit happen to me all the time.
That's kind of annoying.
Especially with Sword and Shield. There's something with Sword and
I
Shield.
didn't even get a chance to like. I didn't even get an option to save because I was in the middle of a fucking cut screen or cutscene.
Oh, you have Watts. Trying to give the lady a bunch of Watts at the dojo. The dojo.
All right, cool. It auto saved right here. I forgot this game auto saves. So all I have to do is beat it again.
Is your autosave on?
Yeah.
Wow, you autosave. You're crazy.
Why would I not?
What happens if you knock out a legendary by accident?
I'll turn it off before I go legendary hunting. But for story time and catching, autosave is amazing.
I turn off autosave automatic. You're gonna use Thrash against Gyarados, the maker of the Thrash.
The Thrasher of Thrash. Everyone knows Gary is the Thrasher
Here's a
of
G.
Thrash.
Gary is the evolved.
Yeah, I tried to overclock my PC. Avowed does not like it.
Okay. Val doesn't like a lot of things, including itself.
It overheats. So, I can overclock the graphics, just not the CPU anymore. Or I can just one-shot it.
Where I wish I could just win the lottery. Oh, there's some feet. Are there any others over here?
Oh, I'm running about.
Or are they the only?
Frames per. I'm running about.
There's
60
one.
frames per second.
On
OBS. I full screen.
Wait, do you use virtual cam for that?
I am using virtual cam for it, yes.
I actually had a cool idea, but I'm gonna need to update my PC before I even do that. Or
what?
So instead of using Restream itself to like stream out, because it kind of is like it. I'm gonna try. Actually, I might try it tomorrow or something. I gotta set it up, but we're gonna use Restream as essentially the studio. Or I'm gonna use Restream as a studio, but use OBS to stream out. I want to see how that works. I feel like that might run more streamlined. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that.
I feel like maybe singularly
Well, no, any lag that your system causes or the internet causes from your game or you yourself is restream.
I feel like inviting somebody to the stream.
No. Not understanding. Essentially, what I would do is full screen restream and use that to interface with everything, but use OBS to actually stream it out.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Like, I'd still be using Restream. It just would be like, it would be like using Skype, essentially.
Right.
Or like Discord or something, and not using it to stream, just using shit and whatever. On those apps. It's supposed to get to 80 tomorrow. And it rained today. The dirt is going to feel so good tomorrow. We're going to go fucking mountain biking and fucking have a whole bunch of fucking fun and all that shit. I don't know where we're going though. That's more up to Dave than it is me. Tomorrow. Yeah, so I was looking at other bike options to grab that would be in my price range when I do upgrade. Be now forever, probably next year or the end of this year. It's gonna kill me. I'm gonna want to ride like right the fuck away. But unfortunately, I gotta buy a vehicle. Yeah, I think me and my dad are just gonna park the truck and run it over time. A project vehicle that we're doing together. Be really cool if we could get a hold of a bar engine or I don't know how much they cost. I have to look into it, but one of the new Coyote motors.
Well, I can jump now.
Huh?
I can jump.
Oh, like super high.
Yeah.
It's a super high. No, get away from me, you rolling piece of turd. Trying to get all the pokey feet. Prints. Thing, dude.
There.
Get away from me!
That's the last one, right?
Rolly piece of poo. What?
The false titan, the false dragon titan's the last one, right?
Yeah. Got all the feedy prints for the Iron Boy. Now I think I talked to the professor. She's in the same area I am. I can just fly back here. This just jumps. Doesn't jump in the... I guess there's no routes. No, I have to go to talk to the goober. I'm doing legendaries first, okay?
Okay.
10 XP candy is small. She's gonna do her spaz phone thing. I know where it is, actually. Dusted.
Fungus. A fungus electric terror raid.
Poison grass.
Poison grass.
I know
electric.
it. Why can't I find a redheaded lady that just likes Pokemon?
With big giant movies.
I mean, I prefer giant boobies, but I'll take okay.
I'll take regular boobies.
But I do want giant boobies. That is a fact.
A steel Terra Flappy. It's basically a Magnemite.
Hey, big boy, what are you doing? Just floating around like a turd. Like jumped up in nowhere. Weirdo. Whalmer. I never caught the whale lure because I don't need one.
What is this? Another.
There's a giant whale lure in
What's his Terra?
Well, the ghost or water, but this one's plant.
A
Or ghost and ground. I don't know if he's ground or water type. I don't remember.
I actually think I have this exact one.
Come chase me, you turd. Or don't.
I just have a way wider angle on my camera. A wider angle lens on my camera. And a room dedicated to just this. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, me, I'm
sure
always sleepy.
I'm pretty sure if. Oh no, I'm not sleepy. You're sleepy. You're always sleepy.
I'm always fucking.
But you never sleep.
What's up, Yugi Man? Yeah, I know. I'm always fucking sleepy though. I don't sleep right. I never have. Not since I was like 13, maybe 15. But even that's pushing it.
Ghost ground. Rats.
And shit, when I was a kid, we didn't really drink a lot of sodas and stuff. We mostly drank water. So, cause so like I remember when I was in school, you drink a lot of caffeine? No. What do you drink? Water? Sometimes like iced tea. This doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it. Oh. Yeah, it's an old shirt my son got me a while back. I want it to be comfy. The room's kind of hot because the weather's starting to get warm here. Hopefully it stays that way because my ankles are on fire from switching back and forth from cold to hot. Got fucked ankles. Mostly from skateboarding. From back. It was kind of funny because me and Dustin have known each other forever. And our skate styles were so different. Uh, I mean, technically, in most games, almost all the really big Pokemon are really short because they're not the right size. Like, Gary isn't, like, that's Eternius, right? Right? I think his size is, like, retarded. His actual size. Yeah, I don't think that's 65 foot 7 inches. But yeah, there's other Pokemon that you think are huge that aren't. Yeah, Charizard's like what, like 5'2" or something like that. Something like that. Well, to be fair, Ash is only 10.
Shit beetle.
Brock would be really short, but then again, it's supposed to really. I mean, I don't know about like Japan's average height or anything, but like the stereotype is that. Well, in the original anime, actually, yeah, he's only. Well, he was only 10 when the anime started, so. Now he's like 20 something in the new anime, because apparently he showed up in the new anime. Which I didn't watch because Ash isn't in it. I'll probably eventually catch a couple episodes and watch it, but yeah. I like binge watching too. I just don't have Netflix. I don't have any subscription video service right now. I'll just sail the high seas. I'm good with that. Now, I just don't like paying for a bunch of subscriptions to watch the shows I want to watch. It's stupid. Granted, to be fair, if I got Crunchyroll, that would be like 99% of my viewing viewership.
It really would.
But,
It really.
but I don't even want to pay that. So,
Understand.
is Yu Yu Hakusho on there?
Yup.
How much is it?
I don't remember.
I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho. I forgot how good that anime actually was. I know it's kind of campy, but it's like 90s anime. It's camp. All 90s animes.
Is that a special Terra Garchomp?
No, I think he's just regular ground. Could be wrong though.
Normally he's dragon, so.
That's water. No, he would be ground or dragon.
Or
So your normal Terra types would be whatever your normal Terra type, whatever your normal typing is. It's not based on like one typing. So since he's ground and dragon or dragon and ground, however it's stacked is the point. Oh, did it? I know they released a live action Yu Yu Hakusho. I watched the first episode. It wasn't horrible. It's just I can't like I have a hard time liking any live action anime show. Doesn't matter what it is. It could do a really good job, and I probably still wouldn't like the way it is. Me. We all know the debacle of Dragon Ball Evolution and.
we won't ever watch One Piece, no matter what the form.
That's true. I don't want to watch the live action because I haven't watched the anime, and I don't want to watch the anime because it's fucking long. I have no qualms with One Piece. It's probably a great anime. I'll never watch it though.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do shit to this fucking Garchomp. Never mind.
Why? What level is it?
65.
The Garchomp's level 5?
65.
Oh, I heard 5. That's literally all I heard. Pretty sure that's all that came through the mic, too.
Put a 6 in front of
I
that.
mean, you could catch it.
I couldn't take it out of Terra mode, so no, I couldn't.
That's true. And then you're going to have a hard time against that dragon.
What level is it?
I don't know what. No, it's. What level are you? What level is your Pokemon? I want to say it's.
47 at the
I want to
highest.
say it's either between. I want to say it's somewhere in the 50s. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it being very low. Matter of fact, I don't remember that whole area being low. Yeah, One Piece is just too long. Maybe one day I'll watch it, but I'll it need to stop making episodes. You watch it. That's number one. So whenever that happens, I will watch the regular anime of One Piece. I will never, I repeat, never fucking watch Naruto. And you can blame the late 90s, early 2000s weebs that walked around with fucking headbands on all the time. Now I don't even want to watch that show because his fan base is retarded. Yes, I'm serious too. You know why? Let me tell you something. I don't know about now. Okay, but back in the day, weeb wasn't a compliment. Weeb wasn't describing a person who watches anime and reads manga and stuff. Weeb was a derogatory term, not because you watch anime or read manga or any of that. It was literally because it was the kids. The show, I've done a lot, but I'm only just getting the Pokemon that I need from Sword and Shield. From the game Sword and Shield to put in the home. Regidrago was actually the last one. Now I'm just catching stuff. I have to do a couple of random Pokemon that like I need to trade for and stuff, but I just didn't want to keep doing Pearl because the Pearl and Diamond remakes were just bad. And I actually just needed a break from it. I did finish the gyms and stuff. But I actually had to start catching Pokemon in that game, so... Every time I play it, I'm like, they could have just put the distortion world in and they didn't. Why didn't they do that? The fuck is wrong with that? Anyways, the whole weeb thing wasn't like a descriptive like it is now. Weebs are descriptive like it is now. It used to be a derogatory term for people who were really into Japanese culture but knew nothing about Japanese culture.
I guess I could take on the normal gym.
Yeah, you can probably do that. Like, they got all their Japanese cultural influences from, like, shonen anime, which is fine, because there's a lot of Japanese cultural references. But they acted like that was, like, the actual Japanese culture. And I'm like, no. Not, dude. Stop. Because I actually was, at the time, playing, online games. When Naruto came to America, I was playing online games on PC with people in Japan, and I would ask them questions like, what is the culture like actually? Because like I watch anime, but like I don't think it's the real thing. I'm not 5 years old. And they would explain it, and they were cool about it because I was actually genuinely in. I wasn't like trying to push like what I thought Japanese culture was at that time. On like act like I knew what Japanese culture was. There's a lot of Japanese cultural influences in anime. Just the majority of it is not actual cultural. But there's a lot of things that they just get wrong in anime, and there's a reason for it. It's just for storytelling. It's not really like they're crapping on Japan or anything. There's a lot of cultural influences that, like for instance, that was a big thing in like the late 2000s. People from my like age group, who would be now between 35 and 40, would go to Japan and visit and be highly annoying. Inside of like, and essentially, while visiting or even living there for a while. And actually, I learned a lot more from one of my neighbors who lived two doors down. They moved a little while back, but they lived there for like, I don't know, like 2 years, and then they left. But they were renting the place. They put all their stuff into storage because he works for the federal government. And I don't remember which agency it is. It's one of the 3-letter agencies. I want to say it's the NSA. His whole family had to move to Japan for his job, and he was explaining it to me. He's like, it's really weird, like not in like a bad way. It's just like very different. Like, he's like, his kids actually had to adjust to American culture because they were really young when they went over there. Adjust back to American culture. Like, they were really quiet, which is a very normal thing in Japan. Like, kids are seen, not heard in a lot of Japan. Not all of it. Obviously, there's small factions of people that are a little bit different. But like, kids are seen and not heard. They went to Japanese school, which was for the parents, it was really weird. They were used to, the school breaks and stuff. The school breaks and stuff are completely different there than it is here. They go to school a lot, but they have bigger breaks, like throughout the year. So like, think of like Christmas break. And so that they actually get that kind of right in anime. Not completely correct, but correct enough. The way he explained it. So they're kind of right in a lot of ways, and they're kind of wrong in a lot. Slice of life anime seems to be the closest that I can find to actual Japanese culture. Which I don't really watch too much of it. I've seen a lot of it, but only like a few episodes to see if it was interesting. Or it was the last thing I haven't watched. Like when I did have Netflix, the last thing that was on Netflix that I hadn't watched yet. Like, what was that one fuck? Clandid? Fuck that. Dude, that is the saddest fucking show. It is so sad. It's sad and I fucking hate it. But I watched the whole fucking thing.
How the fuck am I supposed to figure out the secret meaning?
Have you watched that yet, Dustin?
What?
It's a good story, though. I have to admit, like, even though it's sad and it's like, it is a good story. There was another one too that I watched. It was kind of slice of life, but like had a supernatural element to it. Nothing crazy like fighting or anything. It was about a bunch of friends got back together after like one of them kept seeing one of their old friends' ghosts who died in the past, and she was like a little kid. It happened when they were little kids. I forget what that was called. That was pretty good though too. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. It was well written for anime, that is.
How the fuck am I supposed to figure out what the special dish is?
I like you. I like all the old anime. I'm like really into old anime right now. But I've always there's two anime I've always watched that are old. Every year of my life. Not every year of my life, but most years of my life. There's two that I always go back to. It's always Initial D and Cowboy Bebop. I've seen Dragon Ball Z too many times. Just Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z too many times to give a shit to watch it.
How am I supposed to
Like, I
figure
might
out what the fuck this secret dish is?
Oh. Just look it up. No, just look it up. You have to walk around to a bunch of people.
I don't even know, because I've already fucking talked to everybody in the restaurant that you could fucking talk to.
It's not the restaurant. They're outside the restaurant. But it doesn't matter. Just look it up on the internet. You're not going to remember half the clues. That's why I'm saying it to you.
You're a clue.
Because they don't even actually tell you what it is. It's just clues. Yeah, so right now I'm watching old anime. I always watch Initial D and Cowboy Bebop. I've seen Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z too many times not to watch it again. Like, I'll watch them again here and there, but I'm not going to watch the whole series. So right now I'm doing Yu Yu Hakusho. I think the next one I'm going to do, I usually do Initial D. I already did Initial D this year. Did Cowboy Bebop this year as well. So I'll probably watch Yu Yu Hakusho and Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin. I'm in a 90s anime mood. I've been for a bit too. Since the beginning, since like probably the past. Like, I watched Inuyasha. And Inuyasha, I'm not even a huge fan of. It's just something that we watched on Adult Swim because it was the only anime that was on. Like, I don't hate it. It's, it's your average anime story. It's nothing crazy. It's not bad. It's just not great. The new one sucked bad. I watched the whole first season and I was like, I can't stand this. Just couldn't do it. I tried. I tried to get back into the second season. I just couldn't do it. With his daughters or their daughters or whatever. I forget what that's called, actually. I don't actually know the name. But I was interested. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more... It doesn't... It doesn't... Like, it follows Inuyasha, kind of, but it doesn't. Like...
Right.
Yeah, some of the characters act like their fathers or their mothers or whatever, combination of both, and the only problem is that like when I think of Inuyasha, I don't think like it's too modern feeling. Like at least when I was watching Inuyasha back in the day, it would be like you felt like you were watching something from feudal Japan. Now it just kind of feels like something that's like forced into feeling old. You know what I mean? Another anime that does really good with time is even though I'm not like the biggest fan of the anime, it's good, but it's not that great. I think the animation's great. Is Demon Slayer. I think that anime is a little overrated. The animation's beautiful though. I will say that. The animation is fucking gorgeous. But it's just your average, you know, demon slaying. I think the hype around it is just because of the animation, to be honest. No hate towards it, by the way. No hate to the fans either. They're fine. I just find it to be a little bit overrated. Yeah, I don't. One of the problem is, you know what the biggest problem is? I forget his name, but the blonde hair kid. I can't stand his fucking ass. Every time he's on the TV, I just want to like pull my fucking ears out of my head. I don't like the voice actor. I don't like the character itself. Yeah. The main character's good. I like the boar guy too. Yeah. He's a cool guy. He's funny. He's actually funny. I think I like him because he kind of reminds me of me. He's just a guy that just who just lived in the woods. That's all he is. That's actually my whole life up until I moved to Maryland. Go live in the woods. I lived in the middle of nowhere for a very long time. Most of my life. And I miss it. It'll happen one day again, though. Probably when David turns 18, and then he will also probably come live with me in the middle of nowhere.
Probably.
He's just like fucking me, dude. He hates, like... He doesn't... Like, the only difference between me and him is that for him to go outside and do stuff, he needs to be around people, whereas that is the exact opposite as I would. You know what I mean? Dustin definitely knows. You know why he knows? Because he'd be like, I'm not going skating. I'm like, okay, bye. And we didn't hang out for a bit because you just wanted to sit around and play video games all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to do that. Which is fine. Wasn't mad at you or anything. I'm gonna go skate. See ya. Or do this or whatever. Like I would still go hang out with you. Hang out with you all the time. Like
Right.
there were times where me and Dustin hung out every fucking day. For like years. Literal years. I lives far away and is a faggot. Dustin, what's your favorite anime of all time?
I don't know.
I've been thinking about it. I would have said Dragon Ball when I was younger, but I don't think that's true. I really like Initial D. I can watch it almost any time. MF Ghost, did they ever put out a new season of that? I gotta look that up. Although I'm not the biggest fan of MF Ghost. It's not as I get it, right? Like it kind of I get the story and why they did it the way they did it. But because it made sense with the ending of the Initial D with Project D and stuff like that. My only problem is that it was like now it's like professional racing, essentially. So it's kind of like I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The whole point was that it was street racing and kind of dangerous. I mean, professional racing is dangerous too. It's just not as dangerous as street racing. I'm just kind of like, It's not bad. It's a little too polished. They need like I understand that they need to like get stuff done quickly and stuff, but to be honest, I'd rather have the hand drawn from the past.
Right.
That's just it just looks better. Sorry. I'd rather wait 2 years for the next season than did I save? I think I did. I remember doing it, but I think I did. Find out in a second. Yeah, when One Piece stops making episodes, I will watch all of one. They gotta stop first, though. If they keep making them, I'm never gonna catch up. It does look interesting. It's something that I would watch, just by the synopsis. Things I've heard through the grapevines. I don't think it's probably a good anime. I just don't. Notice the shows that I pick, right? Initial D. You could watch the first season and cut it there, and it's anime. You know what I mean? You don't have to watch every stage of it. And one's a movie. One stage is a movie, so. Yu Yu Hakusho's getting kind of and like Bleach. Me and my son have been watching Bleach for 2 years now. We watch while we eat dinner. Sometimes we watch one episode. Sometimes we watch 5. You know. We're watching it because he hasn't watched it. I've seen all of Bleach. including the new episode, newest episodes that are dubbed. I don't know if any are out that are. I don't watch. I know you should watch dubbed better. Blah blah blah. Dude, look, I read enough. Like normally, I don't want to watching TV.
Fucking lazy.
I'd probably agree with you if I watched it subbed. I probably would agree with you that it's better. Between work and like I actually read books regularly. Like right now I'm reading Lord of the Rings. I finished The Hobbit in mid-February. You know, I don't read that much. It's like a couple pages a night or chapter a night to book, but like how long the chapters are and stuff. I mean, I've read all of Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones series, the Fire and Ice series. Songs of Fire and Ice. I read those though, like I read the first one a long time ago. I want to say it was in like late 2000. First book. The only problem with it is it's very dense and you've got to like the way it's written. Like it's not written like people were like, I remember when the show came out, people were like, this is a new Lord of the Rings. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, have you read the book? They're not that good. Like they're good, but they're not that good. Because you know how the shows, have you watched Game of Thrones, Dustin? If you haven't watched that show, it follows like not every episode, but like the way the story works out is it's not every episode has like it follows a different character or one of the main characters or whatever. But when there's a piece of the story they want to tell, it follows that like character. So like let's say they're following Jon Snow, one of the characters is a bastard of the North, so his last name is Snow and he's the bastard son of the Lord of the North. It follows him around for a bit, then I'll switch to someone else in the show, but that's how the book is written. And it's really hard to read a book like that and remember stuff, especially a whole series like that, and remember stuff from like, you know, like 16 chapters ago. But it's really hard to do that. And some people just can't. I can. I'm fine with it. But I'm not going to remember every little detail from the books. But not chapter, but I remember enough to where the main points of the story. I knew most books kind of do that when there's several main characters, but not like Game of Thrones did it. The chapters were literally just the person you were following at the time. Like there was no chapter 1, chapter 2, stuff like that. Or chapter name. It was just like brand. Or like Jon Snow. Or like whomever they were following at the point. What was it? Last summer, I read the Iliad and the Odyssey. That thing's forever, dude. Both books are still long. Not to mention, recently I've been revisiting a lot of like religious tech. Just to ponder it, not because of religion, but because like I want to. Jesus Christ, kid, what the fuck are you doing in there? A second. All I heard from David's was a bunch of room from David's noise, a bunch of noise from David's room, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, first I hear a lot of bang, there's a bunch of other noises, and then like you sneezed. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" They came from the ultra beyond. Yeah. I also read just like I've been reading a lot of philosophy too. Stuff like that.
Right.
Read the great works though, I have to say that. Or at least listen to it on audiobook. Like the Iliad, the Odyssey, Tolkien, anything. Beowulf. All of it. Read as much as you can. At least listen to an audiobook. It's good for you. I'm sure there's a bunch of it on YouTube you can find for free. Definitely read Eastern philosophy too. People don't do that, and it's kind of crazy. They'll read a lot of Western philosophy, and they don't realize that like a lot of the stuff is also in the East, and it's a little different, but also the same. Uh, Kind of important. Like especially if you're getting into like reading any kind that's like philosophy. The easiest one to get into is The Art of War. It's not super long. Also read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius. However you fucking. Uh, I'd be careful going into like new post enlightenment because a lot of this stuff is very esoteric, including people like Marx, stuff like that. Whether you like his idea of Marxism or not, he very his philosophy is just not very well thought out. I would say if you're gonna read philosophy, stick with post or pre-enlightenment, especially if you're just starting. I think the reason why we have a lot of people who are like start reading the ancient stuff, the Greeks, the Romans, old Eastern philosophy like China, Japan, stuff like that. Just pre-enlightenment stuff. It's a lot. One, it's easier to read. There's a lot of it's like simple letters or daily journals, like that aren't super long. Like, it's easier to get into. If you're gonna read, just be smart about it. Don't read stupid shit. A lot of the post enlightenment shit sucks. And a lot of the when you start listening to it, when you start watching or reading it or listening to it, and you start thinking about it actually really hard, you kind of realize that like a lot of post enlightenment philosophy is just trash. It includes like the things that came to make America. You kind of realize that like none of it's really true. Really, the only truth is how it affects the people around you. More so than yourself. With post enlightenment, it's a lot of garbage. And people are gonna hate me when I say that, but that's just to me that's just like the reality is this like all the post enlightenment stuff. This is like where the thought of rights came from and stuff like that. Would be enlightenment and post enlightenment philosophy. Reality is that all of it's based on force, so force doctrine rules the day no matter what. That's kind of what you learn. Whereas like older philosophy is more of like how you should, not like how you should think about it as in like indoctrinations, but how you should think in general. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how to logically think things through. Even if you don't agree with it. Like there's lots of pre-enlightenment philosophy I find just is shit too. But a lot of the enlightenment and post-enlightenment stuff is just kind of just garbage. Because most of that stuff's based on rights And rights are just things that we give people with force doctrine. So force rules the day. So Dustin has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I do, but I don't. You just kind of start.
I know what that means.
On a tangent.
I came first. Well, I mean, like it's kind of like, you know, like reading Marx and stuff, and like even reading like Locke and stuff like that, and even like the founding fathers. You just kind of realize that it's all just all based on. You can say I'm wrong. I'm just not though. Like, I mean, technically, a lot of the philosophy from olden times, which there is a lot of junk philosophy too, but back then too, a lot of it is based around like how to think logically, how and why you should act certain ways in society, and why it's good for society versus why the opposite reaction is bad for society, and yourself in general, not just society but yourself. The problem with enlightenment and post-enlightenment stuff is there's no duty. You kind of find that out when you start reading it. Like, you don't have any duties, whereas pre-enlightenment, all of philosophy, not all, but a lot of it, I would say the majority of it is definitely based on duty. Like, you have a duty, something.
Right.
Whereas like post-enlightenment or enlightenment and post-enlightenment is just, you don't have a duty. This is just the way it is, which are really just wrong. Like, I don't believe in rights because even though you call them natural rights, they're not really natural rights because they're all just based on force and how you can enforce that right. And even some of the rights that they say are rights in the Enlightenment and post-Enlightenment are just a blanket wrong, right? Like, no one has the right to life. That kind of goes out the window when you start talking about like miscarriages, people dying at very young ages for their time, people dying randomly, like medically speaking, like something random fucking happened to them, like that. You kind of start thinking kind of stuff. It's like,
Right.
so what you're telling me is that like rights just aren't real, and they aren't. Like, I don't believe in natural rights. But people can't separate enforcement from government, right? Like, when you say that, people get mad, especially libertarians. They get really mad. It's like, no, enforcement can be any mechanism. What the fuck are you talking about? They're like, what do you mean? I was like, you can enforce your own rights, correct? And they're like, yeah. I was like, so like, okay. And a lot of enlightenment and post-enlightenment philosophy is based on in what I see as a be nice mentality. Like, it's like, no, we should enforce these rights for everyone because of blank reason. It's like, yeah, but do they really have a right to that? Like like, I'm not saying they don't, but like, do they? You're telling me they do. But I just don't see it. I'm not shitting on any other philosophy. Whatever people like, whatever philosophy people follow, they follow. I'm not gonna shit. Just pointing out simple shit is really like as simple as like for instance, our Constitution says we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. None of those are true. Life is definitely not true when you start talking about miscarriages and things like that. It's definitely liberty is definitely not true because if you have a right to liberty, there's no duty for it, right? So it doesn't make any sense. And then they'll say, well, the duty is to fight for your liberty. It's like, but that's not what a right is when you really break it down. Because it just goes back to force. The way I see it is that force doctrine is really the only thing that's real. And you can use force to keep rights. I'm not saying you shouldn't either. But when you really break it down, the only real rights you have is to what you yourself can defend as your right. By force. Governments, like, everybody's like, well, the USA has rights. I was like, yeah, and they take them away constantly. What are you talking about? And people are like, no, they don't. And I'm like, yeah, they do. The NFA. How about forced integration? That's a First Amendment right. The freedom of association. They broke that during the after the civil rights movement. Forced integration. The NFA broke the Second Amendment. All the amendments to court and arrest and search and seizure are broken every day. Regularly by the government. So and it's not just one side, it's both. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's nothing super special. Just things that I think when I'm reading stuff or sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And even then, do you have that right? Because, yeah, you could enforce it against another person, for instance. Like, right? I could easily enforce my own rights against a single individual or even a small group of individuals, depending upon how many there are. But once you get to the size of like what we have for government and things like that, your rights can be taken away at any point in time. There's nothing you can do about it. The best you can do is get into a gunfight with government officials, whether it be police, military, things like that, and hope for the best. That's really all you can really do. And courts aren't just, so in most of the West. people will disagree with that, but I'm sorry. You're never going to convince me that courts are just in the West if pedophiles are max sentencing is like 20 years for one. You're not going to convince me. Ever. If the penalty isn't death for pedophilia, then you can't convince me that our justice system just can't. There's no way for you to do it. Or just rape in general.
For real.
Not just pedophilia, but just an adult raping an adult. I don't know what the max sentence is for one charge. Can't remember off the top of my head, but it's not that long of time in jail. I don't care if they're on a sex offenders list. The correct answer is death. Sorry, that's just the fact. Because you can really ruin someone's life. No matter if it's a child or an adult, you're being a sexual predator. Someone's being a sexual predator. And it's not even just that. I am gonna have to change Pokemon later on. There's lots of crimes that deserve worse punishment than what they actually get. Rape and pedophilia is one. Murder is one. I'll say that right now. Murder is always one. Especially if the person murdered has, like, an actual... If they're not just some, like, stray person. It's worse then. Because it does affect a lot of people's lives. I'm not into an eye for an eye because that doesn't make sense either, but it also logically it 100% does. Like, there is no contradictory. There's no contradictory to it. It doesn't break the 3 laws of logic. So, like, if anything, especially when it comes to pedophilia, I mean, I'm sure lots of people have been raped and gotten over it. I'm sure lots of kids have been molested and gotten over it too, but it seems to be worse for kids. Like when it happens to you when you're a kid.
Right.
By like a millionfold. As a for instance. Another one that isn't. There might be state laws based on this, but there's no federal laws based on this. False accusations of anything.
What should I do next?
What'd you do?
The normal type gym.
Did you do the poison?
No, I haven't.
Team Star guy. I'd probably do those first. The ones around the poison Team Star guy.
The poison, ice, and
The ice is a gym.
Poison, right, but Poison Star, Ice, and Ghost gyms.
No, I'd probably just do. You're at like a low level because I grinded to like level 80 for a while. So.
probably just gonna go to the Titan and just well, I only have up to level 50.
What?
Listen to me.
You might be able to make it. Not sure though. I don't remember. Yeah. Level on that. I mean, you can definitely look it up.
I could just go to that area and just level.
Yeah. There's a lot of dragons there too.
Until I do beat the dragon.
How many? What's your level cap right now? Do you know?
50. To listen.
And people will argue that like eye for an eye doesn't make sense because the contradiction is that you're doing that to the other person. It's like, well, I mean, logically they deserve it. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. You know what I mean? False accusations, another one that isn't prosecuted everywhere. The most you can do is civil court for slander, that things of that nature. But it's not a crime, which is completely fucking ridiculous. I'm not just talking about false accusation of rape. I'm not talking about false accusation of individual things. I'm talking about false accusation as a whole. Because, like, you can say it's hyperbolic or whatever, but the reality is, or hyperbole when people say things. But the reality is that, like, you can't just say whatever you want about people, no matter the reasoning. There's been a lot of false accusations in the public space my whole life. So a lot of them do pertain to rape, but a lot of them also pertain to justified killings being called murders. Even the opposite of what you wouldn't call a false accusation per se, but in the negative, but a false accusation in the positive. Like the 2020 protest, those weren't protests. You can keep calling them protests, they weren't. Or riots. The current ones that are going on at Tesla places. Yeah, some of them are protests, I'll give you that, but a lot of them aren't. So, like, to sit there and tell me that they're all protesting is just a lie. And to be honest, once something violent happens, even if it is just caused by one person, the reality is that it's not a protest anymore. It's a riot or violence at that point. So I really just find it crazy that the past. I mean, the amount of lying that there is mass scale is just kind of crazy. And they're not little white lies. If they were, I wouldn't care about it. They're not. Did you see the Nintendo Direct this week, Dustin?
You what?
Did you catch the Nintendo Direct this week?
Oh no.
Maybe we'll cover that tomorrow because it's getting late.
I didn't realize it was this week, honestly.
It was Thursday. Well, they do it randomly. They don't really have like a scheduled thing for that. The only one that's scheduled that's a direct would be Pokemon Direct. Pokemon Day every year. That's because it's on Pokemon Day. That's the only one that's actually scheduled. But yeah, they showed more ZA and I was not pleased. Not pleased at all. We'll probably go over that, actually. We might just do ZA. We might do the whole thing. The rest of the games are fine. A lot of them are stuff that I don't give a shit about. And are cult favorites, which is fine. I'm not saying they're bad games. I just don't care about them. And some of them I do care about and want them to come out and can't wait to play them. But like, I don't give a fuck about Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things like that. I just don't care about it. There was a lot of like farming games too, like games kind of like Terraria and stuff. That are, again, some of them are remakes or redos for the Switch. And they have a cult following, and that's fine. Good for them people. I'm glad they got their game. It's not my interest.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, but it's been in development hell for a long time, so I'm not counting on it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm gonna wait. That's not like a game I'm gonna run to. You know what I mean? And it's only because it's been caught in development hell. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game, but we've seen a lot of games caught in development hell where like for instance Duke Nukem Forever. Lots of games have been pushed back several times, and Metroid Prime 4 is one of the games. It's been talked about for a long time, and people have been talking about it for a long time. They haven't shown a lot, but they have talked about it for a long time. And it was stuck in development hell for a little bit, and maybe it'll be good. Hopefully it is. I hope it is. But I just don't want to buy. I'm very sketchy on games nowadays, so maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I'm assuming I can watch it on here, right? You can usually watch it on this.
Probably.
I just don't remember how to do it. I did see one cool thing. They're making digital games. They're calling it a virtual game card, where instead of having a physical one, if you buy digital games, they make like a fake real cartridge inside the game, and you can use them across different systems pretty easily. I don't know exactly how it works, but they haven't really talked about it. Too much. They gave a pretty in-depth thing. I just kind of skipped it because I was like, I don't really care about this. Yeah. But ZA definitely, when I saw more of ZA, I was just like, I don't really care about this. Sorry. Don't. Then again, though, I don't have more than one Switch, so go. Didn't really talk about Virtual Console too much. There's something there that I haven't seen. Nothing on the 64. Nobunaga's Ambition. Horizon. Lord of Darkness. Answer the Kingdom. 4. Interesting. I don't think this is anything. Whatever though. Doesn't look like it. Toe Jam and Earl. What about Nintendo? David got a Lego Famicom. It's pretty sick. Nothing new since. I remember educational. Cool, actually. Remember those, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
They even make those anymore?
What?
Educational games.
I don't think so.
I mean, mine, we just don't hear about it anymore because we're not kids. A Donkey Kong on the Game Boy and Mario's Pictocross. Nice. Now let's the Game Boy. But yeah. $31. Land 4, F-Zero GP. My man. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Team. Fast for Smack. Zelda, The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I think I really gotta play. I don't really have much Super Game Boy Advance stuff. You figure they'd have more, but they don't. I have 1,001 pictures of shit that I don't give a fuck about. There's my diploma, Dustin. Look at it.
Look at you. I got a leafy on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just caught him.
You can find all of them. Hey, Porygon pops up a lot.
That's actually the first one that's popped up.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you in the map? Show me.
Hang on.
When you're done. Fucking prime. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get. As much as I like red, doesn't really make me unthirsty. Actually, let me grab this shirt because I'm pretty much done. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will be back. I will be back on tomorrow. Hopefully a little bit early, but we'll see. Have some fun. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things. And go check out Dustin at D Burns on all the platforms. And we'll see you later. Say bye, Dustin.
Later, guys.